Hey guitar players, today we're going to continue on our little series about triad pairings. We're going to look at how to employ this stuff over a Dorian context. So in the parent key of C major, we're going to do this over D-7. Now this is useful if you're working on a tune like So What by Miles Davis, or maybe Impressions by Coltrane, or dozens of others, but hopefully we'll find some interesting stuff that you can mess around with. As always, I've got some written resources for this stuff on my Patreon page, and if you want to go and check that out, then that would be much appreciated. Now, if you think back to last week, we were in the parent key of C major, again, and we were playing over the 5 chord, the G7. And to do that, we took triads from the 4 and the 5 of the parent key, and we inverted them and we put them on the fretboard and all that stuff. Now, D-7 is the 2 chord, and very simply, we can just do the exact same thing. We can take F and G, pair them together, and play that over a D Dorian context as well. Now, as well as improvising with this stuff, I would also sit down and make some little practice drills out of these shapes. If you think about different ways you can play them, you can go ascending on both of them. You can go descending. You can go up one, down the other. Or you could go the other way, you could go down one, up the other. And I would also suggest do that on all of the string groups. All over the thing, so that you can kind of freely move that around. Now, just like before, if you fill in the gap with an F sharp, you can get yourself some easy chromaticism that you can play around with, which is loads of fun. And then also, just like before, if you stack all the notes in order, rather than in blocks, you can build yourself a hexatonic scale as well, which is, that's quite nice to play around with too. Now, I just want to hop in here very, very briefly. I know this isn't why we're here, but I just wanted to let you know that my band, Smith & Brewer, is going on tour in March, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I'll put all the links below if you want to check out the dates and all that type of stuff. And yeah, if you happen to be in England in March, then come and see us play, and we'll have a great time. Now, at this stage, you might start questioning whether or not there are any other pairs that you can create to work over this situation. And yeah, basically, there are. If we think back to our diatonic key, again, so C major, and look at all the triads in that key, you've got C, D minor, E minor, F, G, as we know, A minor, and B diminished. Yeah, you can take any 2 of those. The only rule is that you don't want to have any shared tones between the 2 triads. So you don't want to take a C and an F, for instance, because there's a C in there, So then you've only got 5 different notes. Then it's also worth considering the point of doing this in the first place, which is to pick notes that are colourful or interesting. So if we think about what we're doing at the moment with F and G, the F is giving us the 5, which isn't that interesting, but we've got the 7 and the 3, which are perhaps the two most important notes from a functional point of view. But then we've also got the 6 or 13. We've got the 11, and then we've got the root, which again is not the most interesting. But we've got a decent balance of foundation there and colour. Again, just like we did with G7, we had colour, foundation, colour, foundation. So we get this kind of shifting texture again, this kind of tension and resolution, which is quite nice. So now if we sift through the rest of the scale and try some others, you know, what if we tried E minor and F? This is quite cool because this gives us the 9, the 11 and the 13, and then also we've got the 5, the 7 and the 3 that we had before. So they can be quite fun to play around with. Again, just like before, if you put all those notes in order, you can turn that into a hexatonic scale too. And then spend a little bit of time trying to link all of that together. I think this is just so useful. This triadic way of thinking is so efficient and so quick to kind of plot across the fretboard. I find it really useful personally, and I hope you have a lot of fun with it. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you again soon.